Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm wearing my headphone, and I was wondering if these headphones can work properly. So I'm gonna stop the recording now and to listen to it myself. I'll be back soon. Bye. Hi, I'm back now without the headphones. I should have headphones in the recording I did a little while ago. I mean, the first one. And it turned out that, I should use the word headphones in plural. Now I have my dog named James, which is smaller and younger, 6 months younger, on my lap because he wants to get on it. He always likes to be on my lap. On my lap? Is that okay? In singular? I get confused between singular and plural every time I use words. And now he has breathing rapidly. He has been sneezing quite a lot. While walking already, I thought that he must have eaten something bad because he has a habit of picking up and eating whatever he finds, which is not a very good thing for him to do. And the other dog named Goro never does that. Never does such a thing, but somehow this dog, smaller dog, more nasty, does this very much. And I had to take him to the vet several times because of this. One time he ate one of the parts of my massaging machine. It's a thing as big as half the size of a palm, and it's made of plastic, soft, very soft, and you can use it to stick it to your skin directly and you use electricity to turn it on, and the sticky part sticks to your skin, and it can massage your arm or legs or whatever, wherever you want. And I, by mistake, placed it on my bed. I mean, each machine has 2 of them. I mean, half the size of palm, sized, I don't know how to say it, sticky part. And it comes with the 2 parts and 2 pieces, right? And when I found him, he was already eating it. And I was so surprised. I was scared. I didn't even imagine he would do such a thing. And I placed it by mistake. I was too careless to notice that or to imagine what would happen. And by the time I noticed it, that one of the pads, yes, I should have called it pad, okay. One of the pads was already in his mouth, and since I noticed it, I was in a hurry to take it out from his mouth, but it was too late. Since I already noticed it, he realized that he should eat it and swallow it as soon as possible, and it was too late. I couldn't take it out
from his mouth. It's already in his body. He swallowed it. So I had to call the vet as soon as possible. And they said that it was okay for me to take him right away. And I did. And they gave him some medicine or injection, I guess, so that he can throw up everything that was in his mouth, not mouth, but stomach. And finally, he was okay. And the vet showed me what was inside his stomach. And luckily, he was his stomach was empty, and the pad was the only thing that he had in his stomach. So it was safer, and it was easier for the vet to do his job with the empty stomach, only with the pad inside. If he had other things like food or other things in his stomach, the things would have been more difficult, I guess, more complicated. But the vet said that it was actually better. It would have been better for him to have something in his stomach already. And the vet explained why, but now I forgot all about it. What was the reason for it? But maybe it would have been more helpful for the vet to take out the pad if his stomach had other things. Where was I? So James, I have to be very careful about that dog. The other dog, Goro, never does such a thing. I mean, picks up something suspicious or whatever he finds. He never do such a thing except for some bones from fried chicken or something scattered on the ground. I mean, that must have been from somebody's garbage. This topic was something that I was talking about somewhere in my previous videos, past videos though. Nowadays, we use a net to spread over our garbage so that crows cannot get garbage. I mean, they have to do it to survive. They pick our garbage to find some food to eat to survive. I understand what they do it for. I understand that because they want to be survival. But what if they pick our garbage? Things can be very messy because garbage can be taken out from the bag, and they make it messy, and it's not good. Our scenery, I mean, they don't look good. It doesn't look good, and it smells bad also. So we don't want them to do such a thing, so that's why we now use a net to spread it over our garbage to avoid it happening. But some households don't use such a net, probably because they don't want to spend any money their own money on buying such a net. Some of them might be lazy. Some of them don't care about their garbage, if they can be messy. Some of them can be very irresponsible. Some of them can be ignorant. I don't know why they don't do such a thing. I don't know why they don't even try to use such a net, because it's easy. You can just spread over your garbage and that's it, right? But some people don't do such a thing. And in case of that happens, and once there was some chicken bones from probably some fried chicken or something, and it smells so good for our dogs. Even the other dog named Goro, who usually never does such a thing. I mean, picks up something even suspicious. Okay, and he even it was really enticing even for him at the time, and he actually ate it, and I found it out. I noticed it, but it was too late for me to stop him from eating. And it is said that you cannot give your dog chicken bones if it is cooked. If it's a raw bone, it's okay. But if it's cooked, chicken bones can be split, I don't know, vertically, horizontally, vertically, okay, which makes the bone, the piece of bone very, I don't know how to say this, very sharp, which will hurt their tubes, their organs, and it's life-threatening. So it is said, I often hear that you cannot give your dogs a cooked chicken with bones. I normally give my dogs raw meat, including chicken, and I use chicken bones, taken out all the meat from the chicken bones, chicken body, and we can use it to make soup, right? Even chicken bones have a little bit of meat, chicken meat, I don't know how to call it, around them. You can make you can use it and to make a good soup, with great flavor and not yet taste. And I use the chicken bones, which costs pretty cheap, around 400 yen or so for a body. And I cut it into several pieces, into smaller pieces, so that it is good for my dogs, or it is easier for my dogs to eat it. It's better, I guess. It's better for me to give such chicken bones or chicken bone. Bigger the better, I guess. Then they break the chicken themselves with bones themselves, and it cleans their teeth. It can be used to clean their teeth. So that's why I give them chicken bones raw. But at the same time, I'm worried if a huge chicken, I don't know how to say it, the big one will be choked into their throat. Dogs can swallow things very easily. They don't usually bite. They don't usually chew things thoroughly. I don't know which pronunciation is better or more correct. They sometimes just swallow it. Like I cut a very small tomato, which is petit tomato or something like that. Small tomato. Is it okay? Tomato to my dogs. Half cut small tomato, and I gave them, and they just swallowed it, not chewing. That was amazing. That was astonishing. Oh, please chew it, please chew it. You should enjoy the taste more by chewing, but they don't always chew things. So I just worried. I'm just worried. I always worry if they don't chew the huge or big chicken bone. I'm sorry, I can't explain it in proper English because the difference between singular and the plural is so confusing, and I don't know how to use them correctly even now. Alright, and tomorrow, and James is okay now. He is sleeping in his house. So let me talk about what I'm going to do tomorrow. My daughter and I are going to Tokyo tomorrow. As I explained it a little bit about this somewhere in my previous videos, previous recent videos. The first priority for our visit to Tokyo is to visit to a museum where some of my daughter's drawings, I don't know how many, probably 2, because each person can ask them to display 2 pieces of their products. So I think she has 2 drawings there displayed. But there's a museum and in Tokyo next to the zoo, which is called Ueno Zoo, which is very famous. It's located in Tokyo, and next to it there is a museum, and they have an exhibition. And some of my daughter's drawings will be displayed there. And we decided to go there. This is our 3rd visit, I guess. 3rd or 2nd. The 2nd visit. The first time, and she has been in the exhibition 3 times so far. This year is the 3rd year, and the first year, it was the year 2022, That was her first time to be in the exhibition. Well, just now, my daughter came down from the third floor to the second floor to the first floor where our bathroom is, and to wash her face first thing in the morning. She's a night owl, and she usually wakes up around 2. That's the time when I first see her for the day. She wakes up earlier, but she stays in her room, and around lunchtime she goes down to the first floor to wash her face finally, and our lunchtime is almost usually at around somewhere between 2 or 3 p.m. And I'm the one who makes lunch and dinner. And for breakfast for her, I don't use it. I don't make it because she doesn't eat breakfast. She just drinks some soy milk, and I think she must be eating something in her room. But since she has a refrigerator, very small one in her room, and that's how we see each other the very first time for the day. And anyway, she's now back in her room on the third floor, and I'm on the second floor where the living room is, next to the kitchen. It's an open kitchen. There's no wall between the kitchen and the living room. On the second floor, there are 2 rooms. One is a little bigger than it's a room which is a little bigger than usual 6 tatami mat room, a little bigger. And next to the room, there is just a wall and a door, and there's a kitchen, and there comes a living room where I usually spend time doing lots of things, including eating something, studying, watching iPad, watching dramas and movies. I seldom watch those nowadays. I only watch YouTube videos all day long, and I play with my dogs. Dogs are always in the living room. I have my bed in the living room. We don't use this room for our family. I used to live with my father also. He passed away in the year 2020 at the age of 86 or somewhere. And my mother passed away a long time ago at the age of 72 or so. My father and my mother were at the same age. Okay, and this living room is pretty large, wide, big, spacey. I like this space because it's huge for me. Huge enough for me. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, there's an exhibition tomorrow, and it's going to be held, the exhibition, for a week or so, starting from, I don't know when, but around tomorrow. But we didn't choose Monday, today, because zoos and public places like zoos and libraries and any places owned publicly are closed on Mondays. So we decided not to go to Tokyo on Monday, which is today. And we chose Tuesday because when we try to get the ticket for the Shinkansen or a bullet train last week, today it was going to be cloudy. So we thought that it would be better for us to go there. It's on a cloudy day, because it's less hotter, right? I mean, it's cooler, and but to our surprise, unfortunately, tomorrow, the place where we live and also Tokyo is located in the east of where I live. And if it rains in this region, it means that it is located in the west to Tokyo. The weather starts from the west, which means that even though it's raining in this region where I live, Tokyo might be still sunny. So that's why we look at the weather forecast last week when we got the ticket for the bullet train to Tokyo. And the weather report said that on that day, Tuesday, tomorrow, it was going to be cloudy in this region. It didn't say that it was going to be rainy, and which meant that Tokyo would be either still sunny or cloudy, right? But it turned out that tomorrow is 100% rainy in this region, and also Tokyo too. And weather reports are not always true, right? It's not always 100% predictable. I understand that, but being there, visiting Tokyo, to stop by the museum and to stop by the zoo, to enjoy watching all those animals there. On a cloudy day is the best, because if it's too hot, it's too sunny, it would be very difficult for us to spend time under the sun, because zoos are outside, and weather is so nasty these days. Too hot, too humid, just before the rainy season starts. I don't like this heat. I can't stand this heat anyway. But visiting those places on a rainy day is another story. It would be more disturbing because we will have to have an umbrella. Having an umbrella while walking is not very good, right? Favorable, easy. I don't like the idea of raising an umbrella while walking all the way through in the zoo outside. I've never been to any zoo on a rainy day. Some people like to go there on a rainy day because there are less people. Yeah, but weather is a very important fact to decide if you can enjoy the day or not, right? If it's too hot, it's not good. If it's too cold, it's not very good either. But If it's raining, I don't like it very much. But we cannot choose the weather. We can change the train schedule. The ticket. We can just cancel the ticket and we can pick up our next choice of time. We can, I don't know, change the appointment, probably, train appointment, train tickets. But weather won't be good either on the next day. Wednesday. Wednesday, it will rain on both regions. Where I live and Tokyo. So we cannot change the dates. And on Wednesday, I have an appointment for my dogs for their teeth. And it's such a hassle to ask them to change the schedule appointment for our dogs at a trimming salon. So either way, I don't know how to continue this sentence, but so only day we can go there is tomorrow. And exhibition only lasts for a week or so. And on Friday this week, I have an appointment for my 2-year follow-up blood test and also CT test. And a week after that, on Friday, my doctor will be in the hospital for my checkup. I can hear the result for the test a week later with my doctor. I have an appointment with my doctor on Friday next week. So the Friday this week I will be busy, so I cannot go to Tokyo. And in the afternoon of Friday this week, I have an appointment for my car with my car dealer because there are some leaves got into a small space of my car from I don't know where all those leaves got into my car. I don't know, but there are some exits or some openings in my car or on my car or to my car. I don't know which position I should use, but leaves could get into your car, get into the engine of your car, and which causes trouble. And now I don't think I can still hear the sound, but until a little while ago, when I turned on the air conditioner, when the air conditioner was on, I can hear some rustling sound or rattling sound. I don't know. I can't explain it exactly in English, but some strange noise were coming from somewhere in the front part of my car, and I brought my car into the car dealer last week to have a checkup. They gave me checkups for free because I paid for it when I bought my car. And they sometimes check my car for free. constantly, like twice a year or so. Okay, for maintenance, and then I couldn't have told them about this, but I did. And they checked my car, and they told me that to get rid of those leaves were the cause of the sound, and in order to get them out, you have to break some parts of my car, dismantle my car partly, and it costs time and money. And I was first told that it was going to cost around 20,000 yen, which is pretty expensive. And it got me so surprised. But I decided to ask them to fix that for me, because they told me that if I didn't do that, my car would be in trouble. I'm not really sure if they were saying something true. But since I'm not professional, I can't decide myself, right? I don't like the idea of following everything that they tell me to do, because they're professional, they know the situation much better, and I'm novice about cars. I don't know much about it. I know nothing about it, I should say. So I just followed their advice. If they tell me that you should do it, or your car will be broken, I should follow their advice, right? I can just ignore their advice, but I'm not really sure. And I looked it up on the internet to see if there will be someone talking about this. And there are some people, and they all said that you need to ask them to remove those leaves, or your car will be in trouble. So it was persuading enough to make me decide that I should ask them to dismantle some parts of my car to get rid of those leaves. But there is no more sound, nasty, strange, rattling sound coming from the front part of my car. Now I don't know what I should do. I should tell them about it first, but last time I asked them what would happen if I didn't do this, and the mechanic said that even though the leaves are dry and dried, okay, and they will break into small pieces very easily, and then the things will get even more serious. So anyway, even though there's no more sound, it might mean that those leaves might have been broken into small pieces to get into even smaller parts of the car, which makes the situation even more complex or difficult. And then I don't think I should ignore this entirely. I could tell them that now I can't hear the same sound, but it doesn't mean, probably or maybe, it doesn't mean that things are perfect now, it would be even more serious. I don't know, because as I said, I'm not professional. So anyway, where was I? Yeah, my daughter likes drawing, and she's an artistic type. Yeah, of course, yeah, obviously. I'm an artistic type too, so I understand that. But she doesn't make it her real job or something. She just enjoys drawing, and I think that's the most important thing. And she takes part in some exhibitions several times or a few times a year. And she has won some awards, prize or something, a few times or more than a few times. And there's an exhibition which is held in this region particularly. And the main, I don't know how to say this, cat is the character. Well, where was I? The daughter, again, came down from the 3rd floor to the 2nd floor to do something. And there's a kitchen on the 2nd floor, as I said. She had something to do at the kitchen, so that's why I stopped recording. And we are going shopping from now in 15 minutes to get an umbrella for us for tomorrow. And we are going to buy some lunch there so that I cannot prepare for us for today's lunch to save energy. I didn't say that, but today I'm really, really tired. Probably because I have been taking my dogs to the trimming salon 2 or 3 times a week. And I've done this for the last 2 weeks or so. And actually it made me a bit too tired because I've been pressed for time more than before I started taking them for having their teeth brushed there. It's something that I just started the other day, recently, and I'm not used to spending time. My day has become more hectic because of this, but it's very important for me to keep their teeth healthy and clean for their health, entire health, because they are going to be older. Goro is 7 years old and James is 6, but they are like 40-year-old human being at the moment. They are already middle-aged. I can't believe it. Time flies so fast. Time flies so fast to dogs. They are like living their lives twice as fast that as we do. That's why I think I'm determined to be a great dog owner for them. Okay, I've been talking for about 44 minutes for my practice. This is a very important opportunity for me to get used to speaking in English. And when it comes to learning Spanish, I've been doing this workbook that I bought a few years back, and it was published by Lingo Mastery. You can find their videos on YouTube though. It's a pretty huge book, and it's very thick, and it comes with lots of practice problems, and but they only cover very, very basic of Spanish grammar. So until recently, I didn't find it very useful for me at the moment, because I thought it was too easy for me at the moment, but that was wrong. As I did more and more practices from the book published by Mike Ben, about which I've been talking about in my previous videos, I got stuck. Spanish past tense is a bit tricky, and I even don't know which past tense I should use. There are two kinds, and in case of English, there's just one past tense, right? One kind. English has both past tense and present perfect or something like that. It can be confusing, but it's clearer. It's much clearer than Spanish, two kinds of Spanish past tense. And I got confused every time I encountered those past tense, both past tense. I get confused. And this time around, there was no exception, and I got confused. I thought that it would be easier for me to learn grammar using Mike Ben's book, but when it comes to those past tense, I got stuck. And I wanted to do something else for a change, because I knew that if I got stuck, I didn't have to care much about it. It was not such a big deal, because the more you do, the more you learn, or the more you expose to yourself to the language, your target language, the easier it will be becoming eventually without knowing. So just let it go, and just leave it there and do something else. And while you are at something else, it means that you are exposing to the target language more often, and then you'll get used to it. And the next time you get back, things might be much easier for you somehow. That's how language learning goes. So that's why I decided not to worry too much about it, and just try to do something else for a change. And there was that book on my bookcase, and I picked it up and started doing it. And there was sometimes that I pick it up and enjoy reading, but since it only covers the present tense mainly, it doesn't cover more complicated grammar like past tense. Even it doesn't cover even present progressive. So I thought that I tended to think that it was too easy for me, but that is not right, because now I really want to improve my speaking skills. And just as I explained, explained in my previous videos or videos I uploaded the day before yesterday, your speaking skills should be much lower than your listening skills or your reading skills, because speaking is a very active action, right? And both listening and reading are passive, right? So naturally, you cannot say things that you can understand by listening and reading, but it's still too difficult for you to come up with those sentences from your mouth. So that's why now I think it's the best time for me to try that book I used to do a few years back to improve my speaking skills. Since the book only covers very basic, simpler Spanish grammar or sentences, I can use them for translations or to understand more Spanish more. The easier and the simpler, the better sometimes. Even though sometimes it's not always a very good idea for you to try something which is a little bit difficult for you to try. When it comes to reading and listening and improving your vocabulary, it's better to do something which is a slightly difficult for your level, because you have to improve them. But when it comes to let all those information sink into your brain, or if you want to really get used to the language, I think it's best for you to try something pretty easy for you so that you can understand them. And if you can understand it 100%, then it's time for you to use it to improve your speaking skills, which is the most difficult one for you to improve. So if you want to improve your speaking skills, you should use something really, really simple and easy. Then you understand it by reading and listening, no problem. But still, it's difficult for you to come up with those words yourself. So that's why you have to use different materials to improve for your listening skills, reading skills, and speaking skills. So when it comes to improving my reading skills and the vocabulary and so forth, using Mike Ben's book for my learning Spanish is very, very good. But if I get stuck using that book, then I should use more difficult and more easy ones. And that's why I think this book I bought a few years back, published by lingo mastery is the best for me at the moment. But still, it's not perfect. Okay, it's not always perfect. You should use several studying materials at the same time, depending on the